Welcome to day 2 of World Championship Gymnastics here in Liverpool. Yesterday it was the turn of the women in the team final. Tonight it's all about the men. The top 8 teams in the world will battle out for a podium position and securing potentially a place in the Olympic Games. First out, the team from the United States. Team from United States of America will be starting on the pommel horse. 6 pieces of apparatus. 2 teams per apparatus. United States will go head-to-head with China as they enter the arena. There's a team from China. Not so good in qualification, Christine. A few mistakes.
Yes, they did. It was a very untypical performance from the men from China. I'm sure they will be doing better today.
Team representing Italy. Starting on the rings. 3 gymnasts on each piece of apparatus and all 3 scores count, so it's sort of sudden death, this format of competition, Christine, and we saw last night in the women's competition how the medals changed pretty much on the last ever performance.
And we also saw how very varied the results were. The team that came in 8th place ended up in 3rd, so it's quite a fight out there. It can be anyone's.
Well, this is a team from Spain. Interesting, they didn't make the team final in the last World Championships in 2019, so big improvement for Spain, Christine.
Yes, they have looked very improved, and I was pretty impressed with a lot of their work in qualifying.
Team from Spain will start on the rings against the team from Italy.
Starting the final on vault.
In the team from Brazil, starting on the vault. Interesting, another team that wasn't in the team final back in 2019, so another nation that's really breaking through the ranks. They were disappointed with the women's result. They carried an injury to one of their best female stars yesterday, Christine, and they really did suffer, so the men will be wanting to put on a good performance.
They certainly will, and actually Brazil came 4th, which although they will have been a little disappointed to be out of the medals, that's a huge improvement on their previous results.
Certainly is. So top 3 teams not only pick up a medal, but will have automatic qualification to the Olympics in Paris in 2024, so it's a crucial competition. This is a team from Korea also starting in vault, and also another team that weren't in the team final last time. So again, another country that's really made some inroads in the last couple of years of World Gymnastics.
Starting their competition on floor exercise.
So this competition seeded with the best team in qualification starting on the floor, and that team is Japan. Not without mistakes in qualification, Christine.
No, their big star, their Olympic champion, actually did not qualify top for them. Here he is, Hashimoto. But he looks up for it today, Craig.
He certainly does. Even with mistakes, he qualified for the all-round in second place. Definitely the real contenders to take the title. They were third in 2019. Pipped by China. But what a result for the British men in qualification. They were fifth in 2019, qualified in second place. Such huge potential in this young team, Christine.
Yes, they also carried some mistakes in qualification, so I'm sure they'll be up for putting that all right. They're a young team, but they're very experienced. European champions this year, Commonwealth Games champions, but now this is the big one.
Certainly is. We talk about the British women's team being the greatest team of all time, and we think this is probably the same for the men's. There's some big stars in this team with some enormous gymnastics. So the British men will go to floor, they'll work the Olympic order, so that's a good draw. Floor, pommels, rings, vault, parallel bars and high bar. And it's quite an interesting format, Christine, because you have a gymnast from Japan and then GP, you just alternate like that. It's a real dogfight out there.
It is, and it's great for the judges to have a complete comparison. Here you can see the start list for the floor, and Tanigawa starts for Japan, followed by James Hall. The three gymnasts from each team has a little warm-up now. You get 30 seconds of gymnast, so it's 1 minute 30 seconds just to have a feel of the apparatus. And Japan are first out of the blocks on the floor area.
Well, unlike qualification, where you can lose the lowest score, team competition is the best three gymnasts, and all three scores count. So there's no room for error. No, if there is, it can be very costly. There you can see on vault warming up, Brazil and Korea. Strong piece of apparatus for the Koreans. They were second highest scorers on the vault. And the top two teams, actually, from qualification, are the top two teams on floor. Japan had the highest score, and Great Britain second. But we do know the British men can perform better.
Sprung floor can really work for the gymnasts if they hit it correctly. We're seeing really quite unbelievable tumbling. Well, yes, I mean, the Chinese are quite introverted as opposed to USA are used to really pumping the air and building the excitement. So it's quite two different styles.
Men's team final underway. Are you ready, Liverpool?
First gymnast then in the men's team final, the World Championships, Gakaru Tanigawa, and what a start.
Yes, that very first tumble, so important. Beautiful double front with the half turn out and lovely twisting combination forwards. And there we see double twisting, double back. Really packing the difficulty in. Each of these skills is given a value, and you have to do the 10 most difficult skills to get your start value. But of course, there have to be no mistakes if you want a high execution score. That's out of 10. And so far, he's been very clean indeed. Calmly into the corner. Big tumble here. Oh, half twist in, half twist out. A good landing, but a very deep landing.
Wow, it was an incredible start, wasn't it? I mean, yes, he may have lost the odd 10th on that deep landing, but goodness me, the height, the difficulty, and actually the style, Craig.
I was going to say, that is a traditional Japanese floor routine, renowned for superb landings. Great work, great start for Japan.
Across to rings with the Italians. This is Yumin Aberdini. He's 21 years old.
Well, interesting. We haven't got the great ring workers of old in the Italian team. We normally have at least one Italian in the rings final, so this is very much a new breed of Italian gymnasts. Lovely in the swinging elements, plenty of height above the rings. Have to keep the rings as still as possible with straight arms. Good look at an extension there. Double twisting, double back, just that little adjustment. Nice, steady work.
Yeah, and I mean, I said he's 21, and normally that strength develops with age, so a solid start for the young lad.
And there you see that real strength, the shoulder angle, lovely straight body. That's what the judges want to see.
Brazil on vault. After Mariano, brace yourself. He's powerful, this lad.
Oh, super technique as well, 2.5 twist. He punched up into the air and wrapped in at exactly the right moment.
Fantastic vaulting from the Brazilian. Bit of a signature piece of apparatus for the Brazilian team over recent years. Should score well that, and low on execution.
Well, 14.566 is a fine score for Brazil. It's a high-scoring event, is the vault. And all of the apparatus scores are added together from all three gymnasts in each team to give that team total. But you only get one shot at vault. It's over very, very quickly. So Brazil will be delighted to get that one in the bag. Yumin Aberdini scores a 13.033, a good ring score for the young lad from Italy. So Italy are going round with Spain and Joel Platter. got a 4th in the all-round at the European Games, this lad.
Well, there seems to be a bit of a rising star in the team. Very difficult piece of apparatus to get strong on in a short amount of time, but he's really good at swinging the rings. And they're one of the requirements. The gymnasts have to swing into a strength element. That's nice work. The double front somersault, a little bit loose in the back there, really needs to lock out. Nice straight line. Come on, fix those rings. Winds up to the dismount. Double twisting, double back, and what a landing.
He did well there because he had a bit of a swing on those rings, and perfect timing for the dismount. Tanigawa scores a 14-4. It's a big start on floor for Japan.
Well, an emphatic start, really.
So, Team USA across on pommel horse. Brodie Malone. It's one of my favourites. He's he loves the rodeo, does Brodie Malone. And let's see how he tackles this horse. First up for the USA. My first event is pommel horse.
Oh, and an ambitious start. He wasn't quite so. He wasn't the top qualifier for USA in the qualification competition, but he's the man with the experience and swinging very nicely above the pommel horse here, building the difficulty. Each step you take along the pommel horse builds difficulty. And his execution is good. Legs tighten together. Oh, but he just plummeted now. I think he will get back on and do another dismount.
Well, that's the conversation he's having now with his coach. He's just saying, do you think I'll get a value or do I need to go again?
His shoulders just plummeted forwards, didn't they? You have to go through the handstand if you're doing that type of dismount. So there we are. This time he gets it right, adds the pirouettes in. But that will be a costly performance for USA.
Well, that follows a 13.566 from Asher Hong. So yes, that is the first fumble for Team USA, and there's going to be a real battle on here for medals, so that will be very, very costly. Kim Ji-ho of Republic of Korea.
5-2, lovely vault, the 2.5 twist. Just look at the length from the vaulting table. Such a powerful gymnast, and the Koreans are renowned for their explosive vaulting. And look at that, straight down the middle. Nice vault, that, Christine.
Very nice indeed. The big hop will be deducted, but it was very good vaulting.
It's a 14.266 for Kim. And he is the first of the Korean vaulters. We can expect both Korea and Brazil to be quite far up the medals at the moment. 13.5. The standings, I should say, after the first event, as it's such a high-scoring one. Well, James Hall has just scored a 14.2. This is Daiki Hashimoto, the all-around Olympic champion. 7th highest qualifier on floor. Japan on a score of 14.5 after their first competitor.
Fantastic speed through that round-off flip. 3 twists in the double back. And then the double. Twisting double back, so 2 huge first tumbles. Here comes the forward combination, wow. Now that's what you call a solid landing. So precise and light. have to include non-acrobatic skill. Holds a very good wide-armed handstand. Oh, floats that straight front somersault out of the 2.5 twists. Here it comes, final tumble, good triple, just a little hop on that landing, but another superbly clean routine.
Hashimoto is looking good. I don't know if you could hear it at home, but the way he hammered the floor, I mean, he really punched down into it, Craig. Brodie Malone scores 11.733.
Not the start they wanted on the pommel horse for sure.
Well, what does pommel horse have in store for China? Zhang Boheng. He's the current world all-around champion, beating Hashimoto.
Well, a little bit of a pause on the first circle up to the handstand. That was better for the second. Again, these gymnasts have such a great line on this piece of apparatus. You're looking at the extension of the body above the pommel horse. Oh, a little bit of a split in the legs there, but nothing too major. That'd probably be a 0.1. But just look at the rhythm and the tempo. This is a piece of apparatus where, believe it or not, the faster you circle, the less fatigue in the muscles. Up into the handstand pirouette. That's a good routine. China's on song.
Absolutely a zippy dismount, but that follows a score of 13.633 for China's first gymnast, Sun Wei. Hashimoto scores 14.5. Gianni Regini Moran next up for Great Britain. James Hall scored a 14.2 first up. Come on, Gianni.
Big talent with some big tumbles. Whoa, look at that! You can do it, so can I. Triple twist, 2 somersaults. Easily around the second tumble. Double twisting, double back. Just pick up a little deduction on the first pass. Oh, that's great work. Gianni's got fantastic spatial awareness. And by that I mean when the gymnast is up in the air doing all the twists and somersaults, to know exactly where they are. Showing his control there. A lift a handstand. Requirement of the non-acrobatic elements. Oh, and look at that! Handspring, double back front somersault. This is top draw stuff. 2.5 twist. Packed with difficulty and to finish. Come on. Stands up, wraps in. He's done it. Triple twist, Gianni. Whoa!
Huge difficulty, and he really settled into the routine. He's more than capable of mixing it with the Japanese, Chris.
He is, and he's in the floor final. He's such a stylish, good gymnast. But this will be a 0.1 off, well, a 0.1 for the step and another 0.1 for being out of the floor. So it'll be a bit of a deduction, but the rest of the work was fantastic.
Yeah, you see, this is where you've got to weigh up the difficulty versus the execution. You go for the big scores and you can just allow yourself a bit of execution. Over to Brazil on vault.
Oh! And he just squeezed that in, didn't he?
Well, it would have been a big deduction had he sat it out, but I think, well, we'll see on the replay, I think he's got a couple of mil to play with there.
I think he has, but he did tuck very... Ooh, has he?
Well, that was very low, actually, and what you look for is a heel drive from the springboard to create the rotation. For me, he just tucked a little bit too soon.
I think he's, yeah, 8.5 on the execution, 13.733. These Brazilian gymnasts are going all out on vault to try and give themselves a bit of a buffer. Zhang Boheng scores a 13.966.
They're tight with these scores on pommel horse today. That looked fabulous, pommel work.
Well, he just had that little split.
Stephen Nadorsik the next gymnast for Team USA. Global medalist.
Well, he's got such a difficult routine. Oh, and he messed up then. He should have gone back into the handles. He's joint top qualifier for the Pommelos final. Had a little bit of mistake early on and losing a little bit of form in the legs. He's got good hand position in there. The judges are looking for the hands to be in line, and any deviation is called skewing, but no problem up into the handstand, but won't score as well as he did in qualification.
Well, he is the current world champion, and he had to fight there, but he kept going and saved his team vital tenths.
He did indeed, but it wouldn't be the gold medal if it was the pommel horse final, and he knows that. However, a good workout.
Well, he scored a 12.966. Sad times, he says.
Sometimes it happens, but...
Oh, sometimes it happens. Well, sometimes it doesn't. Yang Xiaojing next for China. Rounds things off for this group on pommel horse.
And starts smoothly up into the handstand. You've got to put the difficult scores in, you've got to put the difficult moves in, and all this work on a single handle and travelling along. Oh, but again, he's losing tension through the legs. He fought very hard, and of course, all the lack of form comes as deductions off your execution score. So he's building his difficulty, and he makes that clean handstand. Very good second half of the routine, but he gave a few marks away at the beginning.
Well, when it's 3 up and 3 to count, Craig, and you have those moments in mid-routine, the fight and the will and everybody on your team, I mean, gosh, the pressure's huge.
Well, it's better to stay on and separate your legs a little bit and take the deduction, because it's a full mark for a fall, but not the start they wanted, that's for certain.
Kim Hansel, Republic of Korea, he's in the vault finally, got a bronze at last Worlds.
Well, it's a big opening vault. Handspring straight front with a 2.5 twist, but again, a very deep landing. Knee nearly went down to the mat and certainly stepping out the zone.
Yes, look at that height, absolutely phenomenal, and wraps the twists in, but that's a big deduction when you step right off the mat.
On a 5-6 difficulty. 13.666. Well, one thing we are seeing, final, is that nobody is holding back on the difficulty, including these lads. Gianni Regini Moran gets Great Britain a 14.166. One more to go for Great Britain on floor. It's Jake Jarman. Yang Xiaojing scores 13.433, which is up on his qualification score. So Jake Jarman for Great Britain, a third floor worker up this, their first piece of 6 apparatus in the men's team final. Just third at the European Games, a Commonwealth champion. Looking to get Great Britain off to a flying start with their first piece. And he'll be up in the rafters here at Liverpool.
This is just world class, and disappointing not to see Jake in the final, because I believe he's a world champion in the making. And watch this opening tumble. Stands up, triple twisting double back in the straight position. Watch him, jogs back, and again, triple twisting, double back in the tuck position. 2 huge opening tumbles. Now, this is a tumble he struggled a bit in qualification. Up, and he's played a little bit safe. That's smart. Easily round, triple twist down the side. Just needs to compose himself. Come on now. Oh, that's good. Full twist immediately, 2.5 twist. This is huge difficulty. Stands up for the 3.5 twist to finish. Well, what a routine.
It's a cracking first piece for Great Britain. They've got a medal in their sights. Well, yes, 3 up and 3 that certainly do count, Chris.
Very much so, and it was great to see Jake perform so well there. He missed out on qualifying for the final, and he really wanted to show everybody that he can perform under all conditions, and this was beautiful work. He's so clean on his landings.
Doi Roisuke, or Japan now.
And a very clean double twisting, double back. They're almost seeming to be commonplace now, and they certainly are at this level. Oh, but look at the beautiful height for the second somersault. Oh, and beautiful spatial awareness. As Craig said before, he knows exactly where he is on the floor. He knows exactly how many twists he's done and when to break out. And that balance and strength is phenomenal. So another huge 3.5 twisting somersault. Powers down. Oh, and look, he just kept those toes in. If your toes go out of the white into the red, it's a deduction. Triple twist to finish, and that's probably the biggest deduction of that routine.
Just huge work from the Japanese. It's a joy to watch, isn't it? It's a joy to witness.
This is just amazing gymnastics, and what's more amazing is that the team from Great Britain are matching potentially the best team in the world. I mean, this is just fantastic. They're renowned for the great floor work.
Roisuke scores a 14.366. Just 20 years old, second highest qualifier. On the go then to the second piece of apparatus. Japan and Great Britain move over to pommel horse. Jake Jarman gets a 14.433. Great Britain move up into second. Zapata up for Spain on rings. 29 years old. And he scored a 13.6 in qualification.
He's an impressively strong gymnast as well. Just look at the strength positions there. The Maltese needs to be level with the ring, circle around it into the crucifix position. Gymnasts have to hold these strength elements for minimum 2 seconds. Also got to swing into the handstand, that's one of the requirements. Plenty of height there. Oh, double front somersault, immediate crucifix. Swinging into the strength. And again, up into, oh, had to flex the elbows a little bit. You can tell he's getting a little bit weary. Soft in the back, solid dismount. Whoa! Spain looking good on rings, fired up.
As you said, Craig, the key's to get through the routine. And he certainly did that, Chris.
Yeah, he's a very stylish gymnast as well. Look how well the shoulders are in line. That was just a little bit of a bobble in the back, but a super dismount.
.6 for Zapata on the rings.
So there's the standings. After the first piece of apparatus, Japan lead and Brazil and Great Britain are tying for second after one. Republic of Korea chasing in fourth. Remember that the Republic of Korea and Brazil both have competed on the high-scoring vault. China down in fifth and the United States in eighth at this point. It's a long way to go, though, and the key is consistency. And a great piece for Great Britain awaits the pommel horse.
Well, they were third in qualification on the pommel horse. However, Joe Fraser had an unfortunate outing, so we know he can improve by a couple of marks there, so certainly got the ability.
Yeah, we'll have James, Jake and Joe up on pommel horse. Parallel bars will be Republic of Korea and Brazil. China and the USA on rings. And Spain and Italy will be on vault. So a good settler, actually, for that first piece, Craig. I think the British team will be happy, more than happy with that.
Yeah,
nothing too costly.
I was going to say, floor can be a bit nervy at start because you've got to control all of those landings. You start on a piece like vault, you can just power out and rings and you can settle in. That adrenaline zapped by the strength part. So to really control the nerves, they've done fantastic.
Yeah.
Really good, and it's a strong piece of apparatus. They'll have to gather some momentum through the competition because they finish on one of their strongest pieces, the parallel bars, but then high bar is not one of their best pieces. So they need a bit of buffer going into the last piece of apparatus. Christine, what do you think?
Yeah, and it's also one of the lowest scoring pieces, the high bar, really. So you're right, they do need to gain some momentum, but that was a very good start from the British lads.
Yeah, and when you look at the Republic of China's score, actually, you know, down in fifth, they're on 41.032, up against Great Britain's 42.799, just to hold them at bay, because there's going to be a real fight as we get later on in this competition.
And I would say that's one of their best pieces, China, pommel horse.
Yeah. Well, James Hall gets things going for Great Britain on pommel horse.
Nice solid start, single leg up to handstand. Well done. Got to keep the momentum of that double leg circle. Oh, come on, little bit of a leg separation. As we said, you can afford to lose a bit of tension rather than fall from the horse. This is good now. The travel. Oh, I was going to say, what a shame. That's the woo travel. You've got to throw your shoulders down the horse. And just slightly offline, you can see his hand. One full mark and 30 seconds to get back on the apparatus.
Come on, James, keep it going.
Really has to compose himself now. Every 10th matters. That's good work, the forward travel and then backwards. Builds up into the handstand, pirouette, dismount. Rest of it was a good, solid finish, but it's still a mark.
Yeah, James has been such a stalwart of the British team over the years. He was in the team that took the silver back in 2015, and he's still going. So much respect.
Yes, that was a very unusual error from James. We've seen him compete internationally for so long with such consistency. Very unusual to see.
Well, even at this stage, it's Great Britain's pommel versus China's rings. Zhu Jinghuang, first up, the 24-year-old, and he's in the rings final. He qualified with the second highest score.
And that start shows you why. Enormously strong. Holds that position. Lovely straight body line in the planche. And beautiful swinging as well. You have to see strength and swing. And you saw him swing immediately into that strength hold. And again, shoulders in line with the hands, linking the strength elements together. That's how you build your difficulty. Swings to handstand, lovely straight line in the handstand. And double twisting, double back dismount. Looked so easy, he kicked it out, didn't he, Matt?
Goodness me. Jaw-dropping stuff, and that start, Craig. I mean, it's the first time we've seen it.
Yeah, that is his skill. And when you're a master on any piece of apparatus, you invent your own moves, and he did. That'll score very well indeed. But Chan will have to claw back every 10th after mistakes on the pommel horse.
Kim. On parallel bars. Down in 4th as a team at the moment.
Nice control there. Locks out well in the handstand. That's the under somersault skill. And the gymnast must swing under the bars. He'll turn on the end, the pirouette, and travel back down. Straight up into the handstand. Oh, did well to pull it back. Needs to keep the back nice and tight. Lifts up into the double pike. Good, solid routine.
Yeah, it was a good piece for Korea, actually. They were up in the 40s on parallel bars, so potential medal contenders. First time up on the podium for them if they could achieve that. Well, what a start. I mean, we're going to struggle to see a higher ring score than that. It was a beautiful display. He scored 14.66 in qualification. Oh, he's gone higher than that. Look at that, 14.866. 6-3 on the difficulty. Hashimoto with his second piece.
And lots of flair. The move's called a flair, but it's so exciting and it gives such momentum to the pommel horse work. But he has to do the single leg work as well. Smoothly up into handstand in the middle of the routine. Lovely height above the handles and straight body line. He is the Olympic all-around champion and really has been the dominant gymnast in the all-around this last few years, travelling with such confidence. Beautiful leg separation. Now he just has to keep enough to make the dismount. He does, he whips in the extra pirouette. Well, he looked a bit suspect in qualification, but he doesn't tonight.
Look at the celebration. Yeah, he chalked up an 11.66 in qualification, but goodness me, he's the prince of the pommel horse as well as the all-round.
He had an absolute disaster in qualification, but you can see he looks a different gymnast tonight.
He does, and they're having a party down there, the Japanese. Matteo Levantesi.
Oh, big vault, the handspring, double front somersault. Just that step on landing, but very powerful.
Shame that, innit, Chris, because it was neatly round.
It was, but he was way off line, wasn't he? Look, he landed with 1 foot in the red. And it's just a forward vault, you know. He must be made a very uneven push.
Well, he got a 0.3 penalty and finished with a score of 13.8. Italy were in 7th, going up to vault. And James Hall, a 12.2 after the fall. But a 5-6 difficulty. Jake Jarman, second up for Great Britain on pommel horse. That'll be after Hashimoto's score comes in.
Yeah, that was a great routine. Back to his old self.
It's going to be very, very difficult to take this title away from Japan.
He's very untypical of the Japanese type of gymnast who are very reserved. He's quite an expressive gymnast.
13.733 for Kim and Republic of Korea on parallel bars. Maybe nursing a slight shoulder. Oh, he's happy. It's 14.433. Super stuff. Well, the last time Japan took gold in the team final was Glasgow 2015, but they're looking on song here. China's second gymnast up on rings. Yu Hao had a silver at the Olympics, got a silver back at the World Championships in Glasgow in 2015, and he's in the rings final. They've opted for a very experienced team, actually, China. They've sort of gone back to those that really know how to do the job. I mean, they're aiming for Olympic qualification as well. There's a lot at stake here in this final.
Yeah, but look at that start. Press immediately into the inverted crucifix. Lowering down, and watch the strength there. Up into the top planche. Oh, and look at that position. Back up rise into the Maltese. I think for the Chinese team, they'd rather take the team title than the all-around. They seem to be all around the team, and look at that. Double straight back somersault between the rings, and again, easily into a crucifix. Lovely swinging element. Double pike front somersault into the crucifix. That's called the Homna. Great extension in the handstand. Just look at the straight arms. Winds up, big dismount, double twisting, double back, just the adjustment on landing. Much better than qualification. China are definitely well up for the title.
Oh, you can forgive him a step. It was a strength-sapping routine. And he's 30 years old, Craig, you know what I mean? He's an old man.
Well, he doesn't look like he's lost any of his strength to me. And
doesn't.
Great body line as well, hasn't he?
Fantastic performance. Jake Jarman has just competed and he scored a 12.566. Suki for Japan next up on pommel horse. Another gymnast that's qualified for an individual apparatus final. Suki qualified 6th for pommel, and he scored a 14.466. So looking to climb further and further away from the rest of the field here with this performance.
Just a little bit soft in the knees on those handstands, and he won't help his cause like that. Really just collapsed in the shoulder and rolled right away.
Well, it was a very complicated start, actually.
So...
well, that's going to knock his focus, isn't it?
It is, and does he try the element again? That's the question. He's really got good style here, hasn't he? But as we've said so many times, you have to push the difficulty as well as the execution. But look at those legs, locked together, straight body, and he's really working fast and furiously. Smoothly into the dismount. That was very beautiful pommel horse work, but you won't get away from the fact that he's thrown at least a mark away right at the beginning.
Well, it was a fine recovery, but the big teams all giving away big deductions in these first two pieces. Yu Hao scores 14.633. the patter next to grace the vault. Huge power.
Well, it's good on the floor. Oh, not so good on the vault. Just didn't get the block and rotation from the top. Another handspring double front. I think he sat straight down there.
And I think that could well be a 0 score, wouldn't you, Craig?
I would think so, yeah. It was hard to see from that angle, but if he sat down before his feet got down, it will be a 0.
No, 12.533, a lot better than a 0.
Much better, but still not a good vault.
I'm sure he'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take it from a 0, absolutely.
Well, this will be an interesting score, and it's 13.033 for Japan.
He knows he's done well there.
Oh, yes.
If you think James Hall got a 12-2 with one fall, yeah, he's come out very lucky.
So Great Britain's Joe Fraser, the 3rd gymnast up on pommel horse, took gold at the Commonwealth Games on this piece. Come on, Joe.
Well, if ever your team needed you, it's right now. Great control, up into the handstand. Up, and a little adjustment there. Come on, you need to settle into the routine. That's nice work. Come on, come on, come on. A little bit of pressure just starting to creep into the British team. Really got to focus. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, come on.
Come on, Joe.
Come on. Oh, my word. What a fight. Come on. Oh. He's absolutely exhausted there.
Well, what a shame. This piece of apparatus is usually such a good outing for Great Britain. And there's been some major deductions here for the British team.
Disastrous, this piece of apparatus. Again, he needs to get back on and complete a dismount. So he's trying to gain the difficulty up into the handstand. And again, just a relatively safe dismount. He'll be absolutely gutted with that performance. Just hope the team can get their heads together now. Come on, lads.
It's very, very important now. There's going to take a lot of composure and a good old team talk here to get things back on track and strive, if they can, and remain on that medal podium. Bartolini sets his sights on vault for Italy.
And such great style. Look at that twist. Italy will see there's a little bit of an opening here, I think. Second to Great Britain in the Europeans. This year they'll have noticed and seen the mistakes being made.
.14.6. It's a big score for Italy. Well, Italy were down in 7th, coming up to vault. Spain were in 6th. Republic of China will certainly move up from 5th that they were in. And the Republic of Korea, after parallel bars, they could be in with a shout.
Well, I don't want to make an excuse for the British guys, but what a programme they've had this year. Commonwealths, Europeans, and now the World Championships. It's so difficult to raise your game and then go back into training. We've never seen them in this position before, so it'd be a real test, not just physically, but mentally, to pull themselves back together and perform solid routines.
Lucas de Souza Bittencourt, the last of the Brazilians, on to P-bars.
Nicely up into the handstand. Oh, that's nice work. The long swing with the full turn. And that's a very difficult skill. turning out from the 1 bar. Then again from the 2 rails. That's the Healy turn. Oh, losing a little bit of momentum there in the legs. And that hesitation, you've really got to go straight into the handstand. Nice dismount, few little errors in the middle, but he's through.
Well, they had a great outing on vault, and they were tying with Great Britain in that second place spot, keeping the consistency going. 10.466 for Joe Fraser. Great Britain puts the team on 78. 78.031. They're going to be behind Spain. Well, Donnell Wittenberg, the last of Team USA to go up onto rings. He's in the rings final, the 8th highest qualifier, and he got an 8th place finish back in 2015 on rings.
Hugely strong gymnast. Just opens his hands to show that he's a master of this apparatus. There we are, and again to show he doesn't even need to grip the rings. He can just balance there. Swings to a good, strong handstand shape. Here's the swing elements. The 2 somersaults kills the swing into a beautiful planche. And again, shoulders so strong, just needs to control the back in this swing. Here we go into the dismount, double twist, double straight, nails the landing. Good performance for USA.
Well, Team USA needed that. They were in 8th. Coming up to the second piece of apparatus.
Big time indeed.
It's jittery out there.
Certainly are. He's definitely built for this piece of apparatus. Such a powerful gymnast. 28 years of age, and we talk about some of the old guys in the team, but just look at that position there. That's the Maltese. Big dismount as well. Double twisting, double back straight.
Oh, look at this. 13.633 for D'Souza Bittencourt on parallel bars. They're going to stay up there, that's for sure. But 1 score to come in from Japan, and this is the routine. Kakuru Tanigawa, oh, again, a costly start for Japan.
Step down, but this is difficult work in the flares, the spindle, as we call it. Up into the handstand, he'll get back down into the flares. Oh, losing momentum as well. Oh, it's not going well. Come on, you've got to keep the momentum of those circles. But he's recovered. Travelling along the horse. And you could see he was just running out of momentum, and the problem is it's such an energy zapping piece of apparatus, and the harder you try, you just lose the oxygen in your muscles, and it's impossible to stay on.
Well, the pommel horse has certainly had its casualties, Craig.
It certainly has. It's been a bit like the beam for the women. They're travelling forwards and backwards. It used to get more bonus than the double leg circles, but it's back now to be the same, and it collapsed a bit on the dismount.
Well, this is not the second piece that Japan had in mind. Goodness me. It's going to be tight, this final, I tell you. Great Britain have very much fallen away. 11 scored for Japan.
Well, China had a poor qualification, but we knew they'd be the team coming out fighting, and they've not disappointed so far, have they, Matt?
No. Big stuff from Danielle Wittenberg. He scores a 14.466, puts the team on 80.53. They move up from the bottom spot. Here's confirmation of how things stand after 2 pieces, and Brazil lead China with the Republic of Korea in 3rd. Great Britain are in 8th place behind the United States of America, and Japan, very unexpectedly, in 6th.
It's really all the teams that have gone to pommel horse already.
Yes.
Are down the bottom, aren't they?
Well, the saving grace is that there's 4 pieces to go.
It is, and we've got some big pieces of apparatus to come. I mean, rings, we've got Courtney, it'll definitely help push those marks back up. Great on vault, fabulous on parallel bars, so it's not over yet. Brazil's had a good start because they started out on vault, so I expect that to change as well. Still a long way to go.
Well, they're 5 marks off 3rd, which is a big ask to pull that back on 4 pieces.
It is, but it's definitely doable, and we've seen that the gymnasts have been falling and making mistakes on the pommel horse. You know, we assume, we've just taken for granted over recent years that the British team have been so successful and so stable, and this is what happens. You know, this sport is what it's all about.
It's interesting, actually, that the Italian women and the British men were so dominant in the Europeans, and both have come and faltered a bit, as if they perhaps had peaked during the summer.
Yeah, well, it wasn't that long ago, was it, the Europeans?
Yeah, no, it wasn't. But it was interesting because we felt that the Italian women had faltered in qualification but would come back strong, and that didn't happen, did it, Craig?
No, it didn't. And if you think about the Canadian women yesterday, it qualified in 8th place, ended up with a bronze medal, we might see a bit of a changing of the guard today.
Warm-up's just drawing to a close. So Brazil, the current leaders, chalked up and ready to go. This the start of rotation 3. And Arthur Mariano starts things off for the leaders. And this lad can't half swing the high bar. He was world champion back in 2019.
And lovely start. Really nice line. Good Kachev, and a second one, and a third. One straight, one straddled, one piked. Well, hop, full turn. Very smooth and clean. Here's another, oh, and I was going to say beautiful move. It's a straight front somersault with full twist. It's one of the most difficult elements you can do, and you can see really just didn't quite finish quickly enough to see the bar and get hold of it.
Well, it's all happening, isn't it, in this team final?
It is indeed.
Well, I've never seen so many falls in the start of a competition before.
Oh, squat dislocation with full turn, very nice. He's got lovely style, but he really went for the big skill, and it didn't pay off today. Super double twisting, double straight. It might be a brief visit to the top of the table.
Well, They were there, though.
Well, it'll score quite well, actually, because, I mean, he was 14.366 in qualification. But it just proves what a pressurised environment it is out there. Every team really wanting to secure their place for the Olympics. If they can do it in this competition, then they're going to do their best too.
Absolutely. And Brazil going round with Korea, so they're both battling for that third place spot. Tickets to Paris. Casali now for Italy. Italy just outside that third place spot in fourth as it stands.
Good solid start. Not the most difficult parallel bar work of the Italian team, so needs to execute very well. Oh, lovely height there. Travels along the bar with the Tipelt skill. Oh, lovely height and flight. Come on. Oh, that's a good routine. Italy look hungry.
Well, he's just 20 years old. Bartolini will be next up for Italy. And then Levantesi will follow. All handy parallel bar workers. 12.866 for Mariano. How will that play out? Kim Jae-ho.
And always an exciting team, the one-arm swing. Here comes the releases, lovely, straight over the bar. And again in the straddle position. Makes the turn, you have to swing forwards and backwards in different grips. There he was in the dislocation grip as well. Close bar elements, he does. We've only really had one big release. Very nice double twist in the dismount. Very classy, very good style, but not so difficult, I didn't think there, Craig.
Yeah, low down on start value, 4.7 in qualification. Again, just got to go for that consistency.
Well, this is the team that Great Britain are currently chasing. Caselli scores a 13.933. Puts Italy up into third from fourth. Yang Xiaoxin for China. China in second. It's all or nothing on vault.
Well, not so good in qualification, but much better now. Look at that triple twist. No problem getting round there, just that step on the landing, but powerful vault, Chris.
Yeah, look at him lift up in the air, legs locked together, 3 twists in the straight position. 5-6 difficulty.
Yang Xiaoxin, 14.533. It's a big score, and this a big piece for China. Kim scores just over 13. 13.033, in fact. Kim scores 13.033. Kaya Souza for Brazil. This a vital high bar routine for them. Keep them in the running.
Strong single arm work. Oh, and packing that difficulty, that was excellent. The half turn straight into the full twisting. Back somersault and in the straight position. He left it very, very late to catch that bar. There's the straight Kachev. And a good full turn there into Markloff, into Ginger. Now this has got all the releases in. Very varied routine, actually, this. Oh, well saved. Super big dismount. Full of jeopardy, that routine.
And it's just what Brazil needed following the fall from his teammate.
Loads of variety in that routine, Christine. I really did like that. He had 6-3 in qualification, so expect a big score.
Hashimoto. Japan were in 6th, stepping up to rings. Tell you, James Hall has scored 13.6 on rings just before this.
Well, the rings are just next to the landing of the vault, and the Japanese gymnasts will have seen the guys from China putting in some fantastic vaulting, so pressure really on now. Swing into the inverted crucifix, a little bit high. In these strength positions, they need to be level with the rings. That's much better. Front somersault into the crucifix, that's called the Homna. And again, circle round into the level flat crucifix. Little bit of adjustment on the rings there, really need to lock the arms out. Winds up, big dismount. Oh, that's huge, double twist in, double straight.
Japan back in the running.
It didn't look to me quite so clean and classy as I've seen him before. Like the shoulders were really not quite in line on many of these strength elements. He had shoulder being massaged, didn't he, after pommels?
Yeah.
That one's better.
But you see, he just went a little bit high before he lowered into that, so he'll pick up a deduction.
Zhang Boheng with a big, big vault.
Oh, they really are twisting their way to real top of the table here. That was a fantastic triple twist.
Absolutely magnificent stuff from the world all-around champion.
So impressive.
They had a bit of a disaster on vaulting qualification. They were down in 18th place, but I think they'll be the top vaulters tonight.
Oh, very close to 15. It's a 14.966 for Zhang. Souza 13.9 for Brazil. That's the team on 111. Are still going to be in contention. See Joe Fraser in the background there, second up. For Great Britain on rings, staying with the Spanish. Nicolas Meur.
Well, a real battle between Spain and Italy. Not good clean work so far. Nice straight arms. Watch, he'll travel back down the bars. Oh, lovely height and flight there. Very popular Bavzar skill. Oh, come on, you got to fix the back. Only a 0.1 though. Every time they move the hands, that's better. Big front up rise. Straddle front somersault, that's what the padding on the arms for. He's going well. Can he hold on? Nice adjustment on the double pike. Another solid routine from Spain.
Well, he was just outside the medals at the European Games, 22-year-old. But Spain were 5th, stepping up to parallel bars.
And a big hop there on the dismount, but a clean routine.
Very close mid-table. Asha Hong for the USA. They're in mid-table 2.
Very much the rising star. Oh, wow, that was a big, big vault, wasn't it? The Sukahara with full twist. The double Sukahara with full twist.
Well, you don't see many of them. 6 in difficulty. And he looked like he stuttered a bit, Matt, didn't he, towards the vault?
Yeah.
Imagine if he got a proper run up.
Well, there's a lot going on in that vault. Very complicated to keep your spatial awareness. It's worth a 14.533 for Team USA. Hashimoto 13.866 for rings. And halfway around. Kamoto still to go for Japan. Joe Fraser scored 14.033 for rings. Great Britain clawing their way back. So Japan aiming to get back into the top 3. The last performer on rings is Yuya Kamoto, a rings finalist. He scored a 14.5 in qualification. The 28-year-old just getting the grip, prepped and ready.
He doesn't look very happy with that grip, does he, Matt? He's really working at it.
It's going to be a big start.
Good straight body hold. And again, such a good shape. You have to hold the body straight. And the inverted crucifix. Oh, a little bit soft in the back in the handstand shape. Double straight. And immediately to that strength element. Very ambitious routine, this. And swings to handstand again, but really soft in the back. That will affect his execution score. Double twisting, double back. Big hop, but it wasn't completely clean, that.
No, well, he wasn't set, was he, right from the start? He didn't look settled at all. But he managed to get through it and bank a score for Japan. So, a shaky bid for top 3. Sun Wei, a vastly experienced Chinese gymnast on vault. He's seen it all.
Well, it's another 5-6, and it's another triple twist. Not just as good as the rest of his team, but he's out of 15.6 that vault, so it'll still score well.
They're doing a turn onto the platform and then twisting off, and his turn on wasn't really anywhere near completed, was it?
No, it was really over to one side, actually, and if you initiate the twist from the top of the table, it can throw you off like it did.
13.833. So the score is not as big as it could have been. And Great Britain, I hope they're noticing this. They won't feel alone. Moore scores a 13.733. Yeah, all of the teams are taking big deductions here. Joel Platter is one of the top 10 all-round qualifiers.
And little walk along the parallel bars will be deducted. Good, strong handstand shape. That's the prerequisite to be a good parallel bar worker. Smoothly up, hits that handstand. And another good, strong flighted move along. Clean on the half turn. Up comes the dismount, double front half turn. That was a good routine from Plata.
Spain looking to climb from 5th. They're halfway round. Well, Komoto scores a 14.233, so a big score for a rather unsettled routine.
Yes, his execution score was down in the 7s.
Great Britain's Courtney Tulloch. Courtney, we need you now. The highest qualifier for the rings final with a score of 14.666. And every 10th that he can give Great Britain is going to be vital at the latter stages of this competition.
Just look at that start. Circle round into the top planche. He'll go again into the Maltese. Flat with the rings. This is good work. And again, he kips back into a Maltese. Huge difficulty. He's got to be able to swing and control the rings. Oh, that's nice and controlled. Swing to strength, into the top planche, lower to the crucifix. King Courtney. That's much better, the front somersault. It was a little bit high the other day, but that was top draw. Now, needs a good, solid dismount. Come on, Courtney. Oh, yes! What a routine! Just what we needed. Come on, Great Britain.
Great Britain are back in the game, and the chase is on.
Well, I think that's the best I've seen Courtney. The first time I've ever seen him absolutely nail that dismount in a big championships. That was just what was needed.
Well, that is going to be a massive score. And goodness me, did it come at the right time.
I'm praying for a 17. So's the whole of Britain, I think. But Christine, I have to agree, that's the best routine we've seen him do. If he scored 14.6, it'd give GB about a 120, so they're still chasing, but some great pieces to come, and back do a world of good for the confidence.
Levantesi for Italy now on parallel bars. And we're in 4th.
And they're a very stylish team, really made for parallel bars. Look how smooth the swing. Just very smooth up to the handstand. Here we go, traveling along with great height. Smooth pirouette. Really moving very successfully. Lovely front somersault with half turn. Great double pike dismount. That was a super routine.
They're a classy team, the Italians. .266 for Levantesi. Puts Italy up into 3rd. Courtney Tulloch, 14.666. The 2-time Commonwealth champion matches his qualification score, and it's the highest ring score that we've seen at these championships. Joel Platter, 14.266. Brazil were the leaders up to high bar. Diogo Soares. He's the last gymnast to swing the high bar from Brazil, a 20-year-old. He's made the all-round final as well.
Well, that's a nice start, the stoop in, into the full turn around the one arm. Well, that was nice as well. And all the turns, they need to get as close to the handstand as possible. Now he'll wind up for his big release. Kovacs in the tuck position. And again, watch this, with the full turn. So adds the difficulty. Lovely height above the top of the bar. I'm really impressed with Brazil on this piece of apparatus. They're the third highest scoring nation, you can see why. Full twisting, double straight. Clean work.
That'll keep them up there. Up in the top three. Goodness me, this would be a story. Brazil have never medalled in the team final.
They didn't even make the team final at the last World Championships. I mean, this is a similar story to the Canadian women last night. If they can hold on.
Well, they've only got 3 pieces left.
Only.
13.8. Second. This is how things look then. Halfway around and China go into the lead. Brazil are still in the top 3, but Italy have moved up in there as well. Italy, Spain, Japan, United States of America in 6th, and Great Britain are in 8th, but they're closing the gap. And I can tell you that Italy, Spain and Japan, 3rd, 4th and 5th, are all on 124. Very, very close mid-table. And Great Britain moving over to the high-scoring vault. Very, very important piece for them as piece number 4.
And in actual fact, in qualification, they were top on vault, Great Britain. So hopefully it's somewhere they can pick some scores up.
Well, 124.497 is that 3rd place spot at the moment, and Great Britain are 120.330. So Korea and Brazil to floor. Great Britain and Japan vault. Spain and Italy high bar. And China and the USA on parallel bars. It'll be a big piece for China. Kim for Korea opens up on floor.
And a nonchalant run into the big first tumble. So good forward tumbling. You have to see forward and backward tumbling. Full twisting, double tuck. Double twist, not quite the same level of difficulty as we've seen from some of the other teams on floor, but very clean. That means that probably the difficulty score, the D score, will probably not be so high, but the execution score will probably make up for it. Although that's the deduction as he landed 1 foot out of the floor area. Good triple twist there. Well, it was a solid routine. Good opener for Korea.
Well, renowned for their vaulting. Good in the air there. 2.5 twists, but just lent a little bit forwards.
Gianni Regini Moran for Great Britain. First of 3 vaults.
Well, we need something big. Oh, and it is! Wraps it into the triple twist. Well done.
That'll do nicely. A 5-6 difficulty.
And very clean. Look right round, just a step back, but well in direction.
14.6 for Gianni. Just what they needed. Yu Hao chalked up and ready to go. China leading this men's team final. 4th rotation.
Only scored 12-7 in qualification, got a huge 6-4 difficulty, so we know he can do better. That was nice front up rise into the double back somersault. Oh, and look at that. Double pike back between the bars. Oh, floats above the bars. Such difficult work, full of variety. Long swing into the double pike back. This routine has everything. No problem there. Straight into the handstand without hesitation. That's what the judges are looking for. Fluid skills, finishing in the handstand. This is good. Oh, and what a dismount. Double front with half turn. China, no doubt, extending their lead.
Leventesi next up for Italy. Italy currently in 3rd place.
Super controlled swing there. Oh, squat dislo comes out right at the top. Straight Kachev. And the straddle, really linking those elements. There's the bonus points coming in. Oh, and that was a little bit of an error. The feet apart. Nice Markelov. Good hop full turn. Lovely, sharp, double twisting, double straight dismount. He made it through. There were a couple of little links that I think he missed there, but good work from Italy.
Yeah, it's that mentality of just getting through it, working your way, and when you're faced with those challenges, just do your best to crack on. And Leventesi did it in spades. Rasuko for Japan, 5-2.
Wraps in, oh, that's lovely, the 2.5 twist. I mean, some big vaults out here, 5-6 and 6s. But what he does well with this vault is he executes it so well, times it perfectly. Look, straight down the middle. That'll score well.
Well, 5-2 is big difficulty, but it's kind of simple. 14.7. He opted for the simpler vault, and it paid off with the execution.
9.5 on execution, you don't get many of those.
Kim scores a 13.4 for his floor routine.
Let's go, Ash. Let's go, Ash. You got this, Ash.
The former world champion on parallel bars scores 14.666. China will stay in the lead. Asha Hong for the United States.
Well, Asha scored 14.6 in qualification. Oh, that's lovely work there. Floats above the top of the bars in the Bavzart. He'll come back into the centre of the bars. That's the long swing. Up into the handstand. That's difficult work. The Healy turn from the one bar and again from two rails. Such a compact gymnast. Great shape in the handstand. Double front with the half-turn dismount. Another solid routine. That'll score into the 14s for sure.
Yeah, the USA, they're on their way back as well. USA were in 6th behind Japan. Jake Jarman with a vault of his life.
Well, he's got several vaults, but he's going for a very, very big one. The 3.5 twists, half a twist more than anyone else we've seen so far. He went for broke, understandably, but it didn't quite pay off.
Oh, what a shame for Jake. He went for a 6 difficulty, huge. European champion, Commonwealth champion. What a shame, not the score he wanted. 13.433 for Leventesi. Well, Brazil are currently in that silver medal position. Caio Souza had such a brilliant high bar routine. Here he is on floor looking to keep Brazil in that silver medal position.
Remember the great Daniel Hippolito on the floor. Oh, that's very difficult. 1.5 twist out of the double back. Really got to know where you are and spot the landing. Oh, little adjustment, but no problem. Down to the floor, hovers nicely on the Russian Wendy swing, showing his flexibility. Up into the handstand. That was nicely controlled. 2.5 twist into a straight front somersault. Just take a slight glance at the clock. Make sure he's within the time. That's the sound. Final tumble. Stands up for the triple twist. Well, that's going to keep Brazil in contention for a medal, Matt.
Absolutely. Souza did his job in more ways than one there. This is looking good for Brazil. With 2 pieces after this. It's pommels and rings for them. Asha Hong, 14.533 for B-bars. We'll see you again in the final. Abbadini for Italy Italy were in third, going up to high bar.
And they've swung high bar very nicely. They're very fluent gymnasts and very stylish. Right out into the handstand position there. We have to see the big release. Here it comes. The full twisting, Kovacs, the back somersault over the bar with a full twist. And then from the Stolder action, the Kachev. And then from the swing, the long swing. Super little hop full turn there. Very nice stoop in and out. His close bar work is very classy. Here he winds up. Good double twist into the double straight. They're showing their class, Italy.
Yeah, Aberdini. He's just 21 years old. Sousa scores a 13.866. Keeps Brazil in the top three for now. Brody Malone, parallel bars. Next for Team USA, the second of Team USA up onto parallel bars.
That's good work, showing great control from the one bar. Fluent there, the front somersault into the handstand. Got a really nice handstand shape, nice flat back. Oh, that was uncharacteristic. Should swing up the front to do that skill, so he's took an extra swing. Plenty of height there, the straddle front somersault. He'll work back down to the centre of the bars. Up into the handstand, that skill, the tipelt. Very popular element on this piece of apparatus. Come on, needs a good dismount. The double front somersault, good routine, apart from the extra swing. Does that be costly?
Yeah, these deductions just keeping these big teams out of the top three. Must be so frustrating within the team.
Yeah, they're just a little bit off song, don't they, some of these gymnasts?
Joel Platter for Spain. Spain were in fourth by just 0.3.
Well, we saw a great parallel bars from Joel Platter. Usually those who can do good parallel bars can do good high bar as well, and he shows that very much. Two difficult moves linked together, and there's a third. The full twisting straight back somersault over. Here comes the Kachev action. Puts a long swing in the middle. But his legs are locked together, good extension, beautiful straight arms on all his swinging. Complex turns. Here comes the dismount. Just a single twist in a double straight, but a well-flighted dismount. He's certainly happy with that.
This is huge stuff. Spain really pushing Italy and Korea.
This gymnast has really burst onto the scene this year, and great all-rounder.
Courtney Tulloch did a mammoth job on rings. Here he is on vault.
Well, expect something big and powerful. The double front with a half turn. King Courtney does it again. Whoa! What a vault. Just what we needed.
Well, the European and vault finalist. High in the stadium here in Liverpool, just a step.
It was a massive vault, though.
14.5. Gosh, he's put in some big scores, a 14.66 on rings and 14.5 on vault. We couldn't have asked anything more from Courtney. Brodie Malone, 13.966.
Not a lot of whooping and hollering and celebrating in the American team tonight.
Aberdeen scores 13.633. Italy in 7th. Well, brace yourselves for this gymnast. Zhu Xingguan, Olympic gold medalist, 2 times world champion in the highest qualifier here on parallel bars.
So light and straight. His body line, look at that. Locked tight from fingers to toes. Makes the transition along the rails look very easy. Super high front somersault. Works out of it with absolute swing. The height above the parallel bars is quite amazing. It almost looks like he's doing a high bar. And again, smoothly up into the perfect handstand shape. Timing so important. There's the double front with half turn. Another immaculate performance.
Well, that is going to be up there. It really is. That could be the highest score that you see here. It's got to be close to 16.
Yeah, I think this gymnast is the greatest parallel bar worker of all time. And that's some statement.
13.9 for Joel Platter. Spain on their way up to the top 3. Italy then in this battle, locked with Spain.
Well, winding up for a big release. Oh, that's good. Double front half turn. What's this now? Oh, lovely layout. Kovacs, here we go, and again. Full turn in the tuck position. These gymnasts are not holding back at all. Scored a 14 in qualification from a 6-1. You can see why. He needs a good, solid dismount. Can he? Oh, look at that. Full twisting, double straight. Well, what a competition's unfolding between the Italians and the Spanish.
Well, I mean, that was a sensational high bar routine under the pressure. This is the 4th piece of apparatus. Hashimoto on vault. Looking to vault ahead of the Brazilians.
Oh, but that was a very, very deep landing. Cleanly round the triple twist, but the deductions will be there. His body language says it all.
Well, vault has been costly for the Japanese and the British team. Hashimoto, 13.866. Second. It's 15.766 for Zhu Xingguan. They put China in the lead. Well, Colt Walker, this is his favourite piece of apparatus, and Team USA need you now, Colt. He's capable of getting high 14s.
Nice smooth transition at the start. Oh, a little bit of a flicker in the arms there, but nothing too costly. And again, you really need to lock out. That's better. Good control there, the skill along the bars, the bavs up. He'll have to pirouette on the end and work back into the centre of the rails. And he does, oh, plenty of height there. Plenty of support from his teammates, needs a good dismount. Good, solid routine. Just what the Americans needed.
Strong stuff. Third gymnast up.
See the good control on that dismount. Lovely routine.
Mancini scores 14.3 for Italy. They go ahead of Spain. After Mariano for Brazil.
Super handspring, double pike front. Another very elegant gymnast. Oh, and very unusual. Linking the forward elements and finishing in front rest. Actually using a few different links here. Look at his handstand shape. Knees straight, feet fully extended, lots of control in the handstand. One and a half into the full twisting front. Not as many twists as we've seen from some gymnasts, but really not giving very much away at all. Double Arabian there. Big smile, very happy performance, classy performance.
Well, this is the stuff that dreams are made of, because Brazil could well get themselves up onto the medal podium for the first time and bag themselves a place at the Olympics.
Yeah, real team spirit with the Brazilians, who certainly had the potential. And eventually, it's all got to come together, and it certainly is tonight.
A 13.7 keeps them in second place with 2 pieces to go.
One of them, the dreaded pommel horse.
Colt Walker scores 14.366 for parallel bars. The USA move up into 4th. 2 pieces to go then in this men's team final. China lead Brazil in second. Japan have now moved up into the top 3, and United States of America closely follow. Italy and Spain drop down, and Great Britain have moved up to 7th. It's a big ask. They need 4 marks in the next 2 pieces of apparatus on Brazil.
Parallel bars, good piece for Great Britain, so should help. The high bar is not one of their stronger pieces of apparatus, so they'll have to claw back every 10th.
So rotation 5, and Italy and Spain go to floor. Brazil and Korea pommel. Japan and Great Britain parallel bars, and the USA and China high bar. Well, China are streets ahead of Brazil and Japan at this stage Almost 6 marks clear. With 2 to go. Japan in 3rd. United States have done well to get back into 4th, Craig.
They have some good parallel bar work and some strong vaulting certainly helped that. They've done well to pick themselves up from a bit of a shaky start. But it just goes to prove when you have 6 pieces of apparatus, that's 18 routines, 18 scores. You really have to focus and dig deep.
And this should be a good piece, high bar for USA as well, I think, shouldn't it?
Yeah, they've got Brody Malone. He's great on that piece of apparatus. Scored 14.4 out of 6.3.
Yeah, but USA scored 40.833 on high bar and Great Britain scored 44.198 on parallel bars.
Yeah, well, Joe had a 15.066, didn't he? So, yeah, Gianni's a 15 capability. James Hall can score better than 12.766, so, yeah.
And if you want me to get you really excited, I can tell you that Brazil scored 38.732 on pommel horse versus Great Britain's 44.1.
So it's
we'll take that.
Anyway, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Just well, that's good. And actually, we've got 2 gymnasts Great Britain have in the parallel bar finals. It definitely, in qualification, was our best apparatus.
So Italy to floor. They scored 41.932 as a team.
That's a good start. Oh, an emphatic landing there. We call that a double Arabian, but he kicked it out, knew exactly where he was. Quite a lot more basic. We're used to seeing doubles and even triple twists in some of these elements, but they are so classy, the Italians. They always have straight legs, good shapes. Handstand, beautiful straight line in the handstand. Very nice non-acrobatic elements. Ooh, pulls it round, triple twist to finish. A good routine, just not so difficult as a lot we've seen.
Well, this latter half of the competition is going to be fascinating. It really is. There's a lot of difficulty to come, a lot of big moves. Italy with a slightly easier floor routine. It will be costly. Brazil in 2nd. Soares with it all to do here if he wants to try and keep the rest of the world at bay.
Gonna need the routine of his life. Ooh, a little bit of a hesitation there. You've got to keep the momentum going. Oh, and you see, the problem is if you try and strengthen this apparatus, it's not forgiving at all. He really has to compose himself. There you could see he hesitated and then back down. See, he lost momentum. You try and generate the circle from a static handstand. It's pretty much impossible. And then back into the flares. That's much better work. You can see the rhythm, the pace. Travelling down the horse. And again, the woo travel. That's difficult work. Up into the handstand with the pirouette. What a shame. That'll cost them a mark.
That is a big, big fall for Brazil. So Great Britain will have their sights set on the top 3, even at this stage. You mark my words. Abadini for Italy scores 13.733 for floor. Tanigawa Wataru Tanigawa starts off, the highest qualifier for the all-around competition.
Very smooth, lovely control. Just a little leg separation there on the half turn. That was cleaner. Flies along the parallel bars. The gymnasts these days use swinging under the bar like this and above into handstand. Super high front somersault. So comfortable in that handstand shape. Here comes the dismount, double front with half turn. He didn't flicker on that landing.
Absolute class, absolute class.
Well, Japan were top qualifiers on parallel bars.
Yeah, they were in third after the last rotation. Donnell Wittenberg, fantastic on the rings. What's he got to offer here on high bar? USA in fourth.
Oh, he did well to negotiate the full turn from the squat this low. Oh, a little bit late there, the half turn. Really needs to hit the handstand. Oh, plenty of height there. The Kachev in the straight position. And again, just a little bit late, the 1.5 turn from the Stolder. That's nice work, the full turn. Lovely height there, the Markelov. Kicks in, double twisting, double straight. Not the most difficult routine, but through, and will help the team no end.
Well, this is going to be a challenge between the US and Great Britain and Brazil and Spain and Italy.
Pretty much everybody.
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think there's anyone you haven't mentioned there.
It's so close, it really is.
This is what a team final's all about, though.
It's all about this third place spot and who is going to bag it, who's going to be up there on the medal podium. 13.133 for Donnell Wittenberg. USA move up to third. Soares, after the early exit on pommel horse, dropped to fourth, 11.9.
This is where you really can see the 3 up, 3 to count. Making such a difference to these gymnasts.
Well, James Hall has just got through his P-bar routine. It was a bit of a struggle, but it wasn't too costly. Hopefully we'll be able to bring that to you. Tanigawa, 14.933. So Lucas de Souza Bittencourt, second of the Brazilian gymnasts, onto pommel horse. This cannot be too costly.
Well, he's got a very good body line there, lifting the hips well at the front of the swing. Oh, just fought there with the separation. Once you lose the rhythm of the swing, it's such hard work. But he's recovered, moving smoothly along the pom. Oh, and that really looked like he was on his way.
Well, what an upset we're now seeing for Brazil. It was going so well, and the penultimate piece of apparatus has proved so costly. Well, a deflated de Souza Bittencourt gets back up to try and finish and muster any tenths he can.
And he's doing so with a very nice dismount. He's really got a very good style on the apparatus. That was a big shame.
It is, but it is quite a difficult piece of apparatus for the bulkier gymnasts. If you look at his frame, all the Brazilians have got really big, powerful shoulders, and it makes swinging that piece of apparatus so difficult. Costly for them.
Zhang Boheng for China. China leading this men's team final. And he's the Chinese high bar champion and the third highest qualifier for the high bar final.
Well, this is something special if he can hit the routine. Nice turn there into the handstand. Needs a release. Oh, lovely height there. The Kachev in the straight position. Winds up for something big. Full twisting Kovacs. He'll go again. Watch this. Oh, look at the height there in the tuck position. Lovely in-bar work, showing great originality. In-bar skill, the Stalder, one of the requirements. Just needs a good solid dismount. Double twisting, double straight. Well, is there anybody to stop this Chinese team?
Stretching their lead and giving themselves the most wonderful buffer for the last piece of apparatus, which for them will be floor.
Always stylish, always excellent technique. The gymnast from China, you could see, but he actually pulled that in quite close. He did very well to control it.
Komoto for Japan. Second of the Japanese gymnasts up, and he's qualified second for the parallel bar final. He scored a 15.433.
Oh, that was a little late on the turn and muscled up into that handstand just a little bit. But really controlling things very well indeed. Super fluency on that full turn. High front somersault. Works out so smoothly. Oh, just lost his form in the back there. But he's very smooth through the routine, up into the handstand. You can just see when under pressure, he loses the tension in his back. Goes a little bit soft. Great double pike dismount, in so tight.
Keeping Japan safely in the top three, surely. Bartolini for Italy on floor. A graceful entrance And just watch the painted man go.
He's big floor worker. Unusual to start down the side, but lots of pace in this routine. And look at the height there. Double pike front somersault with half turn. He's like the Duracell bunny, this guy. Wind him up and watch him go. Lovely height there, the 1.5 twist immediately into a double twisting straight front. First time in the routine, he's slowed the pace down. The stoop lift through the hands into the handstand. That fills the requirement of a non-acrobatic element. Oh, very efficient there in the twist. Oh, and wraps in for a triple twist. What a performance. Packed with difficulty, originality.
Well, he's the current world champion, and that's why you can see him again in the floor final. He's doing everything he can for Italy. D'Souza Betancourt, a 10.6. What a shame. Brazil having a nasty outing on pommel horse. Komoto scores 14.766, a big score for Japan. They're in second.
Interesting, they were top scorers on high bar mat, so they will definitely close the gap on China.
Yang Jing next up. A 24-year-old, a third of the Chinese gymnasts.
Here it comes. The full twist in the straight, but he did so well there. He only got one hand on, but managed to keep swinging. Right into handstand on that turnout. Here come the Kachev. And the second one in the straddle position. And the Steinemann swings. Out into Stolder and handstand. Good, strong dismount, well. It had danger in it. It won't be the highest score, but it won't be disastrous either.
Well, what a finish. It's a phenomenal dismount. And they've got a few marks to play with, Chris, so they can...
Well, at least it didn't come off the bar. I mean, it just shows the determination of these gymnasts to stay on. Huge release. Full twist. Anybody else would have gone flying across the arena. Hats off to that gymnast there. Wow. And you say, fabulous dismount. Don't see many stick the dismount and the landing like that. It'll still keep China at the top of the table.
14.433 for Zhang Boheng. Scores coming in left, right and centre at the moment. Bartolini, 14.333. keeps Italy in the mix. Well, Great Britain's Joe Fraser follows a 14.03 from James Hall and a 14.233 for Gianni. Well, it's time for the former world parallel bar champion and the current European champion, Joe Fraser. If there was ever a time for the P-bar routine of your life, it's now. Great Britain on their way back.
This routine is probably one of the most difficult you'll see in this competition. Lovely full turn in the long swing. Beautiful high flight. This is a very difficult skill. Long swing to one bar. Into the Healy turn. Oh, it was a bit hairy, but he got through. He needs to settle in the rest of the routine now. Keep sharp, keep focused. Come on. Big
Yes!
Well, we needed that.
Yes! What a performance under extreme pressure. Joe Fraser, we salute you. Wow. Goodness me. How did he pull that one back? What a fight. All the way through.
His shoulders were so far forward there. Anybody else, again, would have just gone flying through the bars. What a talent. And when we needed it, if he hits a 15, it will put him above the United States and Spain and maybe give him a glimmer of a bronze medal. Wow. Can breathe a bit easier now, Christine.
Yeah. He showed his class there, Joe, didn't he?
Brodie Malone for Team USA on high bar.
And really, this is his piece. Starts with a good one-armed swing, smoothly in the full twisting straight Kovacs. And then in the tuck position, very well controlled. Here comes the other releases. 3 Kachevs in a row, smoothly out. The forward element, little bit late on that full turn. And that half, the judges will just have a bit of deductions for that. But the hop full was good. Here comes the dismount. 2 twists, 2 somersaults, just a little hop backwards. That was a good routine from Brodie Malone.
Well, this is who Great Britain are going to be chasing now.
Good, solid routine, plenty of originality. I really do love the construction, but Christine, you're right there. Some of the turns, the judges will penalise there. You've got to hit the handstand. But this, the awareness to catch the bar, push back, prepare for the next release. 3 Kachevs together, as well as the Kovacs, full of variety, and what a routine.
Brodie Malone, 14.366. USA, 5th. Yang Xiaoxing for high bar scores a 13.433. One to go, he says, and a 15 score for Joe Fraser. Great Britain are in fourth, clawing their way back.
Well, that is a big leap. Just shows you what a good piece of apparatus can do.
Great start into the handstand. Got to really focus on these turns around the one arm, fix the body. That's a good handstand position. Oh, a little bit quick there. That's better. Need to really settle into this routine. That's better. Plenty of height and flight on the front somersault. He'll work back down the bars. Lovely skill, the Bavzar. Back into the centre of the bars. Up into the handstand. Japan need every 10th. Oh, and he just clobbered the bars then. I did think he cowboyed the legs a little bit too wide. That'll be costly.
Well, they've got a canny buffer. They've got 4 marks ahead of Italy.
If they want to catch China, there you can see. Oh, look at that. What a wallop.
Caught his hip, didn't he, on the bar?
Well, that'd be classed as a fall on the apparatus, Christine.
14.3 for Tanigawa. Yep. He needs a plaster as well.
And a bag of ice.
So here's how things look with one piece to go. China lead ahead of Japan, who move up into second. Italy are in third, but look at this. Great Britain up into fourth. The United States dropped to 6th and Brazil down to 7th.
Italy scored 40.365 on pommels in qualification and GB 39.
Well, by the look of this, it's going to be Great Britain's high bar versus Italy's pommel horse.
And Craig, you were saying, what did they score in qualification?
Yeah, 39 GB on high bar, but we carried 2 falls. James Hall, 11.633. We know he can do better. But pommel horse has not been a good apparatus for any of the teams, really, tonight. I don't think there's a team that hasn't fallen from that piece of apparatus.
Well, there's just over a mark between them. 1.2. That's the gap.
Spain just behind Great Britain in 5th. And they're on the pommel horse as well. Brazil on rings with Korea. What a gutsy performance from the British gymnast Christine there on vault and parallel bars.
Oh, absolutely. They really put their best foot forward. Very surprised, actually, that they have made the errors they've made. They're good gymnasts. They know their work.
I just think they're tired. I don't want to make excuses for these guys, but they've had such a year of competition, and at some point it's going to take its toll. We just need to forget that these athletes, they're not robots. They make mistakes and they get tired like everybody else. You know, you speak to the lads and they say, you know, they're desperate to get to the end of the year and take a break.
Well, this is the end of their year, really, once this is over. No more major competitions.
Well, you can see there it says -9, but we're not aiming for the top spot, we're aiming for the top 3, and they're just a mark and 0.2 behind that third place spot at the moment. It's doable, but it's a big ask. The leaders of the competition finish up on floor. Sun Wei is off and running.
Oh, that's a nice opening. Double twisting, double back in the tuck position. Didn't do too well in qualification, only had a 12.2, so no, he can do better. The confidence of knowing the gold medal is well within your grasp. That's a lovely combination. 2.5 twist, immediately straight front full. Down onto the floor for the Russian circle into splits. Needs to fix the handstand, 2 seconds. Good so far. Just needs a solid dismount to keep hold of the gold. Wraps up, triple twist. That'll be enough. Well done.
Sun Wei bows out of the men's team final. Well, Great Britain are 1.2 behind the top 3. James Hall with a huge high bar routine here, cannot afford to give anything away.
Well, that's the first test. Here comes the second. 2 huge releases done. Keep his head, there's the Kachev. The forward swing. Goes the right way on the squat dislocation with full turn and another turn in handstand. Come on, James. Keep the focus. Here comes the close bars. Change the swing, lift high, put the 2 twists in.
Oh, yes!
What a fantastic performance.
It's absolutely phenomenal from James Hall. Well, he couldn't have done any better than that under extreme pressure. He is the Iceman, and he has delivered when it counts.
What about that?
Goodness me. Well,
that fires the pressure back across the arena.
It's Great Britain's high bar versus Italy's pommel horse. Beat that if you can. And here they go. Maccini's up first. 3 enormous pommel horse routines for Italy here.
Well, settles in nicely there. Got a good double leg circle shape. Circles on the one handle, that builds the difficulty. Oh, he's working well. Good position of the hands, the forward travel, the Magyar, and backwards. Just a little pause on the dismount, but he's through. Toe for toe with Great Britain.
Well, it's a fight to the finish, this. So, what has James Hall scored? And what has Maccini just chalked up? Sun Wei, a 13.866, well in the lead. James Hall's score is in. It's 13.7.
Well, that was a great performance from James.
Doi Rosuki for Japan. Weight on the shoulders of the 20-year-old.
super smooth swing. You can see, here comes the release. Lovely full twisting. Somersault over the bar. And a 1.5 pirouette. Makes the full turn. He's lovely and smooth on his close bar work. Another release on its way. Full twisting, tuck back over. And again, a really supple, smooth gymnast. Brings that out to handstand. Here comes the dismount. Oh, no deductions there for landing.
What a finish for Ryosuke. Maccini's score is in, it's 13.3. 0.4 of the 1.2 is clawed back. Wow, goodness me.
This is tense. Well, this looks like we're seeing the team that's going to pick up the silver. But what a battle for the bronze. Some fabulous high bar work.
Yang Jingying, the second of the Chinese gymnasts to go. He scored a 13.3 in qualification. 2 routines for them left in the men's team final.
Well, another gymnast that struggled in qualification, so we're wanting to make amends for that. Starting to get to grips with the floor. Oh, that was really nice. The blind landing, the 1.5 twisting double back somersault. Such difficult skills. And that was nice, plenty of height. Double pike front somersault. Well negotiated. Down to the floor, hovers above the mat. Needs to fix and hold the handstand for 2 seconds. No problem. Oh, well round, connected there, full twist into double twist. Last tumble, slight glance at the clock. Can he hold firm? Wraps in the triple twist, he can. Another 1-3 for China.
Emphatic performance from the Chinese and a well-deserved place at the Olympics. They cannot be beaten. They'll win this for the 13th time. Ryosuke scores a 14.7.
That's a massive high bar.
Well, what a year Joe Fraser has had. The Commonwealths, the Europeans, a ruptured appendix, a broken foot, and now here he is in the men's team final with so many hopes riding on his shoulders. Can he bag Great Britain a bronze? There's one more to go after him.
It's such a difficult routine. Watch this, the half turn into the full twisting Kovacs. That's big. Now, come on, up. In the straight position. Look at the height there on the straight Katchev. Floats above the bar. Lovely full turn on the one arm. Come on, up into the full turn again. Come on, Joe, he needs to hang on. The dismount to go. Winds up. Could it be for a medal? Oh! double back. What a routine! If you ever needed a high bar routine like that, this was the time.
Joe Fraser, how do you do it? Absolutely superb, mind-boggling, and just what Great Britain needed. Well, Jake Jarman is up next.
Such solid technique here from Joe Fraser. He trusted himself. Look at that. The full twisting back somersault in combination. Wraps those two twists into the double back. They've really come back fighting.
14.2 for Zhang Zhaojing. It's a gold #1 for China. Well, Nicola Bartolini is handy on the pommel horse. This is a huge routine for him, for Italy, and for Great Britain.
It is, and it is one of his pieces. He's got great style and control. Look at the turns, smoothly down. Working well, good hand placement. You can see he's giving himself time on the pommel horse. Into the single leg work. Up into the turn, into the dismount. That was a classy routine under pressure.
It was, but it wasn't packed with difficulty. And it's going to be Joe Fraser's high bar against Bartolini's pommel horse. And I think I know which one I favour.
Well, he certainly went for broke. Look at that, 12.7.
12.766. Oh, oh, oh.
Only a 4-7 in difficulty, so you were right.
Joe Fraser scored 14. They go ahead of Italy. Well, what a high bar routine and what a finish we are seeing to this men's team final. Jake Jarman will be last up after the final Japanese gymnast. Kamoto, the penultimate Japanese gymnast. He qualified 6th for the high bar final.
Well, that was nice. The combination, the half turn into the straight catch head, but he'll wind up now for a huge release. Full twist in the straight position, he'll go again in the tuck. These gymnasts have certainly not held back in this team final. What a spectacle of gymnastics we've been treated to. I don't think there's one team that's hit all 18 routines, but look at that, double twisting, double straight. Surely Japan have done enough to take the silver.
It's top 3 for them, no doubt about it. They had their problems, they worked through them, and they're going to the Olympics, surely. Zhang Boheng, the 3rd gymnast for China. He qualified 5th for the floor final, and I tell you, he's the Chinese champion.
Oh, and a huge opening tumble. Full twisting front into double front. He floats from the 2.5 twist into the straight front. Multiple twists, 2.5 twists there forwards. perfect landings. He meets the floor. So much of floor work is about landing well, and he does that technically so well. You can see his pommel horse work is pretty good as well. Really good wide-armed handstand. Almost can't get his head through between his arms. Well, it's been a classy floor so far. It's a classy finish. Lovely triple twist.
Zhang Boheng, will see him again in the finals here, but an emphatic win for China. It's gold for them.
And how well they turned it round from qualification. Absolutely amazing.
Well, disastrous qualification, but they did prove why they're the best in the world.
Komoto, 14.2 for Japan. Well, Jake Jarman is last up. And if he can pull this off, it'll be the finest comeback in British gymnastic history. A bronze medal on the line.
Oh, the squat with the half turn, a little bit late out. He really needs to focus. Yes, come on, straight Katchev. Snap, straddle Katchev, well done. Not the most difficult routine, so he has to execute with great style. Down to a dismount. For a bronze medal and to secure Great Britain into the Olympic Games.
Yes!
Oh, what a routine! Full twisted double straight, Jake Jarman. What a job.
Well, he went all out for difficulty on vault and all out for execution on high bar, and it looks like he's done it. Great Britain are going to be on the medal podium, and surely they've booked themselves a place at the Olympics. What a team final, and what a final performance from that young lad, Jake Jarman. Just 20 years old.
What a fight, what a comeback.
Well, it's not over yet. Aberdini from Italy. Oh, and a shaky start for him, and I'm not surprised.
Well, they've got all the pressure as well, and it's not easy to finish on pommel horse. Wow, this is great flare work. But it was a little bit stuttering at the start. He's got to keep his head. Really working well in this flare position. Oh my goodness me, that was the final bit. Just the dismount.
Well,
he has to go back and redo that dismount. He just missed the pommel horse,
yeah,
didn't he?
He did.
He ran out of pommel horse.
Well, there was so many flares and so many spindles and so many twists and turns. He sort of lost almost direction of where he is.
Well, he gets back on, he has to finish off. The deductions for not having a dismount are so huge, so he does, but that will be a costly fall.
Huge. Huge, and what a shame. I mean, this is some battle in the final stages of the men's team final, and his team are there for him. 12.3, it's not a bad score considering the fall.
A very good score considering the fall. I think it's going to go to the wire.
Jake Jarman scores 13.1. Great Britain have done it. They're on the podium and they're going to the Olympics. What a team performance. How on earth they did that together. Togetherness is the key, and what a team that is. Goodness me. Nobody can quite believe it.
What a performance. We talked about, have they got the mentality to pull themselves back up, and by God they did. What a fight!
Hashimoto, last up to close this men's team final.
Well, he needs to get through the routine.
Oh!
The Kachev with the full twist, named after the first gymnast to perform that, the Lukin. 1 full mark. Who think they've got enough of a buffer between themselves and Great Britain. What a shame.
Well, will he go again on the same move?
Well, he's done enough. They've done enough for the silver. There's no chance of him catching the gold. He's got the all-around final to do.
He has to get back on quickly. He's got 5 seconds left.
Just needs more than 7.
What I like about this final, everybody's just gone for everything. I mean, look at that, full twisting Kovacs in the straight position, in the tuck position. And look at the height there, the straight Kachev. So stylish on this piece of apparatus. A real contender for the all-around final. Watch this, winds up. High in the air, wraps in,
Oh!
double straight. Surely that's silver for Japan.
Hashimoto, what a gymnast you are. Absolutely super. I can't quite believe what we have witnessed here over the last few hours.
It's been absolutely unbelievable. What a superb fight back from the British guys. But also, what a competition full of jeopardy.
Absolutely.
Full of mistakes.
I mean, at one point, I think Great Britain were in 8th position. And
Yeah, they were. They were.
Lads, are you going to get your tracksuits and go home? And Brazil were up into silver.
I know.
They've come back. Oh, my word.
Last 2 pieces, they had 4 marks to get back with, and it's happened. It has happened. It
Hats off.
has happened. Unbelievable. What a final. Hashimoto here has shown what it's all about as well. The grace and skill. Beautiful. Wow. Hope you're enjoying this at home as much as we are here.
Well, the excitement of sport, there is nothing like it, is there?
Couldn't write it. This is drama. Zhang Boheng scores a 14.266 for China, confirming that, yes, they do take the gold for the 13th time. Hashimoto scores 13.133. They finished second, 9 silvers in their history. The last time they got a silver was back in 2014. But there is the bronze medalist, and you can see what it means to Joe Fraser. They've seen the scoreboard, and there is confirmation that after the most unbelievable year for that man, he's managed somehow to get his team a bronze medal. He had a ruptured appendix just before the Commonwealth. He couldn't really perform at his home Commonwealth, lad from Birmingham, and went out and smashed it there. Europeans, he stormed it as well with gold medals, and now a bronze for the men's team final. But what a team they are from Great Britain. And Japan there, soaking up the applause and the respect from the crowd here. James Hall, he is absolutely dumbfounded. But China are the champions. They took gold at the team back in 2018. And here they are again on top of the world. $253 is the total for Japan. Great Britain, bag of bronze on 247. I'm sure they would never have believed that would be the case, but Gianni, he's loving it.
Bag of bronze and a ticket to the Olympics.
Well, what a team final we've seen, and there are the final results. China take gold, Japan the silver, but what a comeback from Great Britain. They take the bronze ahead of Italy, United States 5th, Spain 6th, 7th, Brazil and Republic of Korea finish in 8th. But what a comeback, and a place at the Olympics for Great Britain, China and Japan. Oh, we just were standing here applauding you lads, to be honest. We're just like standing ovation. We've got rid of the seats. We're just standing up. We're loving it. Georgia May Fenton's here, Ondina Champons as well, joined the party. Goodness me. And do you know what, lads? It's a home World Championship. So if you want to hold up the medal ceremony for your interviews, then you can do whatever you fancy. Oh, Max, I mean, how? How did it happen and how were you?
What a crazy emotional kind of roller coaster going through that. You know, going from making those mistakes on pommel horse, some big mistakes, has literally dropped the team. They were in last position. Eighth, last position during that rotation. To go from that to bring themselves up, I think it just shows to never give up, because it's not over until it's over. And to keep it going all the way through and to pull out the last two pieces like they did, incredible.
Max, that's your team. I mean, how proud are you of them and how they've pulled it? You could see what it meant, obviously, to Joe. He's had a big year, everything he's gone through. But, you know, just for you to be standing and watching, because you're often down there, you know what I mean? To watch from a spectator's point of view, that must have been something else for you.
It's special. I'm literally so proud of them. You can see, by the way, you know, when they spoke just then, how close the team is. And before this competition, I was saying that one of the big reasons to get them round the routines and get them round the whole 6 pieces of apparatus is how they glue together as a team. Brilliant. It just showed it this time. So they've done amazing team qualification to the Olympic Games, along with the girls now.
I know. I tell you what, it's going to be a full plane, isn't it? I mean, what did you think of that, Georgia May? I mean, you did say to me when I walked round the corner, I thought that was game over.
Yeah, I didn't think they were going to do it, but they're so inspirational, and in the back of our minds, we knew they were strong and they were going to fight to the end, and they did an amazing job, and we couldn't be more proud.
And Ondine, did you think they could do it, or were you like us thinking, I mean, it's a long way back?
They were a long way back, actually, and I would have liked to think that they'd done it, and they have, and it's just so amazing that they managed to.
Yeah, they reminded me of you on beam. Absolutely superb. And Beth, I mean, here we are at a home World Championships. What a show, what a crowd pleaser, what a nail biter. I mean, it had everything, that final.
Yeah, I mean, we like to put on a show, but we would rather have not had the ups and downs that we had today. But I think Max is right. The fact that they pulled together as a team, they did not give up, and as soon as they went to P-bars, you could see a light just switch on. It was like the power had come back and they were ready to get that medal there, and they almost saw that they crept back up the board.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely amazing.
I tell you, for me, one of the keys was Courtney, actually, because his rings was that turning point, wasn't it? And then, you know, he went all out with Vol. We've got his rings to have a look here, because 14.666 was what he scored in qualification. And we knew we were going to need every 10th, but it did more than that. It sort of turned the competition around.
100%, and I think when someone like this comes in, obviously this was Courtney's first piece as he come into this final. So we needed a huge routine. He would have known that, the team would have known that. But it's not just about what he scored, it's about how he done it, how he finished it. He finished routine amazingly, but he brought so much energy back to the team.
He did, yeah.
And that's what's really important. So when you get that, almost then you start to believe and it becomes more possible again. And that helps your mindset wonders. It does wonders when you're going around.
Yeah, because something went on, didn't it? So there was a quirky thing that was going on after Pommels.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on, to be honest, in this whole competition. Like we saw in that single rotation, almost 3 gymnasts make the same exact mistake on their dismount. But look at that, and I'll just say that is huge for Courtney as well, because he's got the rings final as well. He qualified in first place. I really hope that this is Courtney's chance to really gain on that, use that as experience and move forward into the final as well.
Yeah, and I mean, it is that belief thing. You know, we were talking before we came on air, you know, for so many years, we've just been so sure that Great Britain are just somehow going to pull it out the bag. And I mean, I'm never a doubter, but I thought this is a big, big ask. And yet here we are talking about the fact that they're on the medal podium.
Yeah, I mean, it was a big comeback and definitely one that will be remembered, not only by the team themselves, but the whole of the British Gymnastics fans watching. I think they spoke about it in their interview. The crowd really did help them, and I think the fact that we were at home. I mean, to go up last on high bar is always hard anyway, but knowing that you have literally got to do the best routines to be able to ensure that medal. And Max and myself were stood up here, and it was so hard to follow, because normally you're literally going head to head with the team that you're going for the medal with, whereas we had Spain over on one piece, Italy on
another piece. There were scores coming in left, right and centre.
It was so difficult to kind of really know, have we done it?
But that, I mean, James Hall, you know, he was in the team that won the silver back in 2015, and he's been such a stalwart ever since. And I felt so sorry for, well, that was us in the commentary box. I was literally, well, there we are. We were all jumping for joy. But I think, you know, how deflated he felt after Pommel Horse, and then that was almost like some sort of redemption that was coming back on high bar.
100%. I feel like they had something to prove each round, and they probably knew that. They wanted to redeem themselves. They want to keep going on a high. They would want to finish on a high. Even if it wasn't thinking about the medals, it was almost just getting the performances, getting the good ones under the belt. And it really did pay off.
Georgia May, I mean, you're obviously, as far as bars are concerned, you know what it's like to feel the pressure, go up there and just get through your routine. And the way all 3 lads, you know, closed that final up. Listen to the roars, they're coming out. Come on, we're joining in. But yeah, it was emphatic, wasn't it, the 3 bar routines?
Oh yeah, it was amazing, and it's very nerve-wracking to go up and do it anyways, even if everyone's hit or if there has been a mistake either way, but handle the pressure well.
Well, I mean, you've got to love this. As we keep saying it to home games, it is, but Liverpool are loving this. And what a welcome that Great Britain are having here, because this means so much, as you know, the preparations now for the Olympics are going to be very different, because you've confirmed the fact that you're going to go, so that pressure is off. And that's the same for the lads, and I think at one point they didn't expect it to happen on the...
No, I don't. Obviously, qualifying for the Olympics, it takes a lot of pressure off of everyone, so now we can just focus on our training.
Well, what a lineup. I mean, we hoped it would be Great Britain, Japan and China on the medal podium, but we would never in a million years have guessed how it would unfold. Or actually, the scores at the end of the day, I mean, 247 for Great Britain.
It's unbelievable, and like I said, it shows never to give up, because if they can go from that, they come from the bottom. Literally, they started well. They started really well. Second piece, obviously, we know what happened, and then it just dropped. It dropped down, and like you said, it almost looked like it wasn't possible, but then it became possible with, just hard work, grit, and just pushing through.
Class act from China, though, and Japan did some beautiful work, Beth.
Yeah, I mean, China had an absolute nightmare in qualification. They obviously regrouped, came back out here fighting, wanting to ensure that they continued their run of world titles as a team. And Japan, they were fighting, they had mistakes there, but yeah, it was an incredible competition to watch. I think if you do want a team final as a gymnastics fan to be exciting, that was definitely exciting today.
I know, and it's only the second of 14 finals. We love this. It's there is the roar for Great Britain. Let's head over to Craig and Christine in the commentary box for the presentation.
Well, there's the British men taking to the team with coach Barry Colley taking the applause, and what a performance, Christine. They were talking about this in the studio. They were just absolutely phenomenal.
Well, they made it very hard for themselves early on, but they came back fighting, and what a fight that was. It'll go down in history and just shows never give up, never give up. Keep fighting to the very end.
There's the team from Japan taking the silver medal. I think they'll be a little bit disappointed having top qualification. But what a gutsy performance by all these gymnasts.
Yes, Japan were good, but they made their mistakes as well. And really, China were pretty emphatic today.
They were, and I was talking to the coaching team of Great Britain, and I said, you know, the Chinese team didn't perform well in qualification. They said, don't be surprised if they come back and win the competition. And they certainly did that. Great to see the coaches being recognised for all their hard work.
And in first place, winners of the gold medal and world champions, the People's Republic of China.
The 2022 World Gymnastic Champions are the team from China.
And they just came in qualification, did enough to make sure they were in the final, and then they really showed us all what they could do.
So great respect, I'm going to say, between these gymnasts and coaches. There you have it. World Team Champions, the People's Republic of China. On comes the presentation party. Bronze medal will be presented by Teresa Grant. Silver medal by Jeffrey Thompson. And the gold, Arta Mikovics.
And what different faces once all the tension of competition has gone. Tremendous to see. For all these gymnasts with the Olympic qualification in their hands. It's been a tense day.
It certainly has. Of all the competitions that I've covered, Christine, in commentary, that's not many, but this has got to be the most tense team final I've covered. I don't know your thoughts.
Well, team finals are tense anyway, because 3 up, 3 to count. You know, that was to a certain extent Great Britain's trouble. We had you only need one gymnast have a really poor piece, and it ricochets through the whole rest of the team and the competition. So team finals are always tense, but when you're winning your Olympic place as well, then, you know, that, for me yesterday when the girls won their Olympic place, I felt it felt surreal, it felt stunning. And it will be for the boys tonight as well.
Yeah, I have never seen a comeback like that from a team before. Absolute credit to each and every one of those gymnasts and coaches. He's stroking his lamb banana there. Obviously, he's well impressed with his gift.
Courtney really today was a bit the star of the show for GB.
It certainly was, his rings and vault. In fact, all the guys played the part at some point, Christine.
Oh, very much so.
Of People's Republic of
As we
China.
stand for the national anthem of China.
So China take the gold, Japan the silver, and Great Britain a very well-earned bronze. And they won that bronze medal in a way that I'm sure many will feel has never been won before. The most emphatic comeback in British gymnastic history. And what a team to have done it. And there is a bit of confusion around the lamb bananas as well, as whether or not they're up and down for the photos, but what a group of gymnasts, and yeah, what a collection of talent. And you know, the difficulty level that we are now seeing in this sport is just mind-blowing, isn't it? And therefore, that's how so many things can go wrong. You know, you say we've never seen a final with so many falls. It's because, you know, these gymnasts, and you, Max, everybody, you know, everyone included, just defying gravity now.
I think when you look at it and the journey we've been on in terms of, like you say, everyone, yeah, the difficulty level is constantly improving. The apparatus are also changing. The code of points is changing. So everything, all the requirements, you have to adapt as a gymnast. But me and Beth was talking earlier and saying that after the Tokyo cycle, I think you had a whole refresh of new gymnasts that are coming through as well, that are pushing the boundaries. Yeah. They're young, they're almost in the grand scheme of things, they're not as experienced, but they're doing massive difficulty levels and really pushing those boundaries, really.
Yeah. I mean, Ontine, you've had a massive sort of launch onto the senior stage, really, haven't you? I remember when we were talking in the early days, and it was just like, I can't believe the noise, and I can't believe what it feels like to be out there. And now, there you are with a silver medal around your neck in the women's team world final, for goodness sake. I mean, how do you put that into context, that trajectory of what you've experienced in, well, not even 10 months?
It's just so surreal. Obviously, at the start of the year, I was doing Commonwealths, but now I've gone to Europeans, I've gone to Worlds, I've won a silver medal, so it was just so exciting this whole year.
Yeah, yeah. And does it feel like that for you, Georgia May, as well, to be part of this wonderful thing? Because the spirit and the team spirit that you seem to have makes you so watchable and so charismatic in the way that you now go about your business.
Yes, definitely. We have a lot of fun. We enjoy spending time with each other. We get on so well, and we've done amazing as a team. It's been a busy year, but a very successful year, so we couldn't ask for any more.
Yeah, yeah. And we've got the all-around tomorrow, the women's all-around competition. Ondine, you missed out on that by like 0.2 behind Alice Kinsella, but obviously we've got Jess and we've got Alice in there tomorrow. So let's just have a look actually at some of the. I think we've got Jess first up that we can have a little look at on floor. And I mean, she again a real sparkle, and I'm not just talking about a leotard.
She did amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Such a good job. So proud.
I know, and you know, to finish in that kind of celebratory way on floor in the way that you do. She's going to be in the top group, obviously qualifying in 5th as well. But yeah, like I say, the way that you now go about your business and that expectation that the world have and the world are watching you, and you can just, do you feel like you can go out and enjoy what you do?
Yeah, definitely. There's always the pressure there from yourself, and you always want to do your best. But no, we do just go out there and enjoy it and take it all in our stride.
Yeah. And Alice, obviously, as well, Ondine, who, because of this two-country per rule allowed in the final, I mean, you were well within the top, 3 in the top 24. But you have to sit out and watch Alice. But, you know, what a gymnast to stand aside for.
I know, Alice, just everything she does, she works so hard every day, and just to see her in an all-around final, it's just so amazing. Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, we're looking forward to that tomorrow. We're celebrating here, but there's another party that's happening today, isn't there, Georgia May?
Maybe.
Because it's somebody's birthday. It's somebody's birthday.
Yeah.
And you're 22. It's the year 2022.
Yep.
So we thought we'd get you a little cake just to celebrate.
Oh, thank you so much.
You might recognise some of those faces on there
I don't know any of them.
There you go. Show everybody at home, turn it round, look, because it's that. What a team cake that is. Do you know what I mean? So I think you can have a slice of yourself, and then you can slice. We were going to make you some lamb banana bread.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Because this has been the icon here of the championship so far. Half lamb, half banana, because of all of the trade that used to come through the docks here in Liverpool. But there we are. So obviously your season is now finished. You don't have to prep for the Olympics, so you can have a bit of a party.
Yeah,
but after that, what's going to be happening, Georgia May?
Just training, getting some upgrades in, and just working on being the best version of myself, and the team being the best version of themselves that we can be.
And trying to close that gap between you and the USA, Ondine.
Just working hard, obviously working on confidence on every piece and execution, but yeah.
Well, listen, thanks for coming over and enjoying that team final with us. I still can't quite believe it. I mean, it is, isn't it? It really is. And I think it's just a lot about never give up and what is possible if you just keep at it, Beth. And that's really the ethos of the sport.
Yeah, definitely. To see where British Gymnastics has come from and where we are now, to have thought 10 years ago, coming into a World Championships, having 2 teams on the podium, automatically qualifying for the Olympics. It's a dream come true, but they're working day in, day out, really hard, and they've got the support of all their coaches, British Gymnastics. So, yeah, it's a special moment, and they deserve all the credit that they can get.
And Max, you weren't out there, but you are back in training, and hey, Great Britain are off to the Olympics, and you haven't even put your hands on the pommel horse.
Do you know what? I'm excited to be back. I'm loving training, so I can't wait to kind of get back training with the boys and training with the team, especially after this. Their confidence is going to be an all-time high, and let's not forget that there's more finals to go. There's more finals on the girls, there's more finals on the boys, so there's lots to look forward to. Yeah.
So you can join us tomorrow for the women's all-around. Here is how you can watch it tomorrow from 6:45 on iPlayer. Tomorrow from 7:05 on BBC 3.
Our Farm in the Dales is actually on now as well on More 4 if you fancy having a little look at that. But that's all from us here. We've welcomed the world to the World Championships here in Liverpool, and what hosts you are proving to be. The women's team and the men's team standing tall on the medal podium. Yay!
Great Britain, they've got a medal in their sights.
What a routine. Absolutely exhausted there.
Courtney, we need you now.
Oh, yes! What a routine!
Great.